the coin. But Kolento, he still hasn't. I guess he has Lotheb, but I'm not actually sure if you keep Lotheb in Rogue Mirrors these days. Well, Savitz actually kept all 4 cards, so Kolento must be extremely scared, especially since Savitz does have the coin.
Yeah. This is not a position you want to be in. I think Lotheb is probably a keep in this matchup, just to make sure that you have a way to check Violet Teachers and things like that. Make sure that your opponent doesn't seize extremely strong tempo plays going to that turn 4, that turn 5 range.
Yeah, I feel like Lotheb, that's probably one of the best uses of it right now in this matchup. Not to check Auctioneer, but to actually check turn 4 Violet Teachers, because that card is just probably one of the best cards in Rogue right now.
These are developing pretty strong for both players.
Again, I like Savitz's hand slightly more, I'd say, because he not only has the Violet Teacher, but he also has the coin and a preparation.
Yep. I think this SI7 agent is just going to have to come down. He's just got to get something going. He also wants to draw some removal with this, potentially, so that his Violet Teacher is a little bit safer. This also gives him enough information to be able to make some decisions moving forward. So if he sees a poison now, he may feel a little bit more reluctant to drop Violet Teacher on turn 4.
The other play potentially is just go kind of YOLO with the coin, Violet Teacher, prep, Deadly Poison. That just gives him a much stronger board presence.
It is definitely very YOLO. That's a lot of cards to use to get 2 tokens.
It gives him 2 tokens. It also gives him initiative on the board because, like you said, Lotheb does kind of check Violet Teacher, but if he plays this combo on turn 3, then Lotheb won't be able to check the Violet Teacher for a very long time, for 2 turns, in fact.
Yep. Wow, it looks like it's exactly what he's going to go for, too. So he's going to steal initiative early on, so a little bit of a risk here because Fan of Knives is one of those cards he wants to try to avoid. But like you said, initiative, it's just hard for Rogue to really answer this efficiently with 4 mana. This Violet Teacher, I imagine, is going to end up fighting the Dust to Deadly Poison and to South Sea Deckhand. But that is, again, it's giving Savitz a lot of initiative for this, because this means you're not seeing a Violet Teacher from your opponent. You're not likely going to see pretty much any other minion. I mean, you saw SI7 agent come down blank, so unless he's got another SI7 agent or an Earthen Ring Farseer, there's no other minion that's going to get played this turn.
Yeah, and the Violet Teacher is one of those minions that is just threatening enough that you may have to expend all these tools like the Deadly Poison and the South Sea Deckhand just to kill it off. And if you do that, you even float 2 mana. So, just not an efficient use of mana. Just Savitz, even though it looked like he expended so many cards to get this play off, it makes Kolento's turn very unfavorable.
Yeah, so Kolento's just going to go with Violet Teacher, hit a token, and pass. So everything in Savitz's court right now.
Oh man, the Earthen Ring Farseer in Savitz's hand is going to do a lot of work here. Oh, but it's actually going to be... Is it going to be a sap?
I really like sap here because your opponent just showed they actually don't have a way to answer this Violet Teacher. So you're just not afraid of anything, I don't think.
Okay. You've also probably seen that your opponent probably doesn't have many, or a Fan of Knives or any AoE. So yeah, I like this as well.
It's a strong read from him. Kolento's play is inconsistent with having a way to actually remove this Violet Teacher, so it makes the most sense.
Yeah, Kolento, he has some answers like the Deadly Poisons and the South Sea Deckhands, if you can call a South Sea Deckhand an answer even. And he has some minions, but just not the correct answers for Savitz's board. Savitz really utilizing the coin very well. The coin essentially let him get a 1 mana boost into what Kolento usually answers is the answers with. Like the Lotheb usually answers the Violet Teacher, but because Savitz was 1 mana ahead, he used his advantage very efficiently, to which Kolento is now left with a very awkward board.
Yeah, none of these plays look good. I mean, even Lotheb's checked by the dagger and the tokens that are on board. Clearing this Violet Teacher is super inefficient because you're facing down still 3 points of damage than whatever development Savitz is going to have next turn. Violet Teacher is not able to get work done right now. He has no preparation and no backstab. This is a tough turn. I mean, nothing looks good.
Yeah, it especially looks bad because Savitz actually has a Lotheb in his hand, so that's almost certainly going to come down on turn 5, and it's going to lock down Kolento even more.
So he's just going to go with Lotheb and try to get Savitz to commit to this in an awkward way, but I don't think it's going to be happening. I think you're going to see a return Lotheb.
I think this is. I don't think Savitz is actually going to waste much time on it. Nope.
Yeah, this is not a difficult decision. I don't think.
Yeah, Savitz has the pressure on with this Violet Teacher, and he's just going to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, Lotheb's going to buy at least 8 more damage here, and anything that Kolento plays is going to get checked.
Just both two of the most threatening minions you could have on board right now. The Violet Teacher just always represents a threat, and the Lotheb is just the strongest minion in the rogue deck.
Oh, this looks ugly. How do you beat this board position? You're just going to be taking 8 damage next turn.
Like, you're almost certainly going to do this Farseer SI play, but what do you even SI, right?
None of it looks good right now. Yeah, I mean, the Lotheb is certainly what you SI, I think. So Violet Teacher's going to run in here. And I imagine this is going to see a heal up and eviscerate. So something like Blade Flurry actually would do a pretty good job, I think, of putting Kolento back in this game.
Yeah, Blade Flurry would do pretty well.
That's about the only card, though.
I like healing the Lotheb over the Violet Teacher, though. If Kolento did have that Blade Flurry play, then he would have to... He would either have to take 5 extra damage, or he would have to kind of waste one of his... quote-unquote waste one of his deadly poison charges and go to face with it.
So no dagger. If Kolento had a dagger up, this turn would look pretty good too. Mm-hmm. He'd be able to just play Violet Teacher, play Southsea Deckhand, eviscerate the Lotheb. He'd take some damage clearing it up. He would actually get it cleared. Again, just that little extra tempo that Savitz bought with a coin is it's dictating the entire pace of this game.
Kolento can actually clear most of this board right now, but he's going to take a lot of damage doing so.
Is there any merit to sapping Lotheb?
I think there's only merit in sapping Lotheb if you can develop your side of the board as well on the same turn.
Right.
Otherwise, Lotheb is just going to come down and you're going to get locked out yet again. And he's going to play the Violet Teacher. Now, this tells me that he's trying to develop the board a bit more.
Yeah. So doing what he can. His Violet Teacher is potentially checked by this Lotheb. But this is if Savitz, like, frankly, just doesn't have any damage. We draw something like Backstab here. That's real. Oh, jeez. That is got to be the best draw on the deck right now. Oh my gosh, that is so much damage. This is really bad news for Kolento. Oh, and it even drops on the Lotheb.
Oh, it's gonna go
crashing in for 8 damage. I think you just go face with the stacker. How does your deal you 22 points of damage from this spot?
Yeah, very good point.
Yeah, it's just not happening.
Rogue is known for bursting out a lot of damage, but even if Kolento had some miraculous draw with double preparation, double Tinker Sharp Sword All, these Sharp Sword Alls might have a chance to land on the tokens themselves. So Kolento sees Savitz's side of the board, he just gives up, and Kolento takes the series 3-1.
Yeah, Savitz takes the series 3-1.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Savitz takes the series.
I was like,